If you want to hear something real crazy, then think about Marquez Brownlee, aka MKBHD, quitting YouTube. Because when I saw the video posted about quitting YouTube, I thought to myself, no way, no way. But anyway, no spoilers here. Marquez, an amazing person, content creator, inspiration, has a lot to share on the topic, on the subject that is a growing and viral trend right now. Apologies, folks. Apologies. I came out here with Max, uh, came out for our night walk, and I was going to record with the GoPro and actually have my light on so, I wouldn't be in the dark. And the GoPro's got a better mic than my smartphone, even though the smartphone is capable of blocking the wind or diffusing the wind or editing the wind out. But for some reason, it didn't want to work when I got out here. And I think it's because I dropped it. So I'll have to figure out how to fix it. But either way, I was a little bit taken aback when I saw that. And but I've been seeing it a lot. Again, I told you guys that I misread 2024 and the trend that was going to be hitting YouTube, and I thought it was going to be how much YouTube paid me, but instead it's quitting YouTube. Now granted, I think the term quitting YouTube is tongue-in-cheek and needs to be somewhat clarified and expanded upon. And quitting versus scaling back, pulling back, and or semi-retiring, maybe that's more of a appropriate description for what's happening. Nonetheless, it is happening. This is happening, and this is essentially opening up opportunity, opening up doors for those to capture the available market share of viewership from those who are walking away, theoretically. So this is a great opportunity. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Now, with that being said, how do you capitalize on that opportunity? Because it's not going to be just cut and dry, plain and simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Do what's easy when it's hard, or do what's hard when it's easy. You can't just come in here and, for instance, if MKBHD were to walk away, Marquez Brownlee were to quit, then you couldn't just show up and be the replacement MKBHD. It's a new world, it's a new time, it's a new season, it's a new era. Therefore, heads up, folks, because there's another trend floating around on the interwebs, specifically YouTube, and you probably have seen it on your homepage, on your browse recommended, and that is your editing style is all wrong. Your editing style is all wrong. So this is the new trend now of redefining the editing style, moving away from the retention style editing, Mr. Beast style editing, the editing of, well, let's just say a cut scene, an edit, an adjustment, some alteration every, you got the first 30 seconds of the intro is where you get an opportunity to make your best impression. You only get one chance to make a first impression. So for some, in that 30 seconds, you may have upwards of 60, 90, or even 120 edits, cuts, changes, tweaks, captions, flashes, graphics, all sorts of things, overlays. And essentially, now that doesn't do it anymore. The algorithm has changed, and thus the audience has changed, because what do they always tell you? Replace the word algorithm with audience. Replace the word algorithm with people. So theoretically, the people are specifically telling YouTube, other platforms, TikTok, Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter, all these, what they want. And what they want is not what they had. And there's some folks out here who have been doing this for quite a while, and they're in a prime position because they're already creating content and have been creating content that this trend is shifting towards, and they will automatically become winners theoretically overnight, after years of thinking, you know, it's a dream job, but it's not going to be my only job because I can't sustain and support a reasonable, steady paycheck and income, because I can't get views, viral views like the Mr. Beasts of the world. But all of a sudden, without having made any changes, think about it. There are channels out there, there are content creators out there who have been seeing wildly insane and respectable views and impressions and unbelievable amounts of success that literally overnight almost disappear from the platform and lose all of their reach, all of their impressions, begin to lose subscribers, ultimately losing revenue, thus losing the excitement of the passion, and theoretically driving them to be included in this category of I quit. YouTubers are quitting. And just as simple and easy as they can lose it, disappear overnight, you would think, just keep making good content, just keep doing what you're doing. No, that's not how this works. And when it changes rapidly, it changes fast, it changes hard. And if you're not willing to change with it, then you're going to have to be willing to accept a drastic decline, or you're going to have to be willing to quit. Now, somewhat unrelated, I came across another video. Now, this video is actually, it was on CNN, which I couldn't believe it. But this video was explaining the reason why men aren't dating like they used to. And they wanted to pin this and blame it on, I'm not really sure who they were blaming it on. I don't know if they were blaming it on dating apps. I don't know if they were blaming it on women being more selective and choosy, and potentially more women dating other women, or if they were trying to pin it on other men who theoretically would get their pick of the litter, the lion's share of opportunity on these digital dating apps, which you got to realize these digital dating apps, this way, are also prone to fraud and dupes and fakes and AI and generative AI and fake accounts and modified profile pics and anything and everything to get the leg up, to get the advantage, to theoretically catfish the competition or catfish the victim, and skew the competition into what they said, they described as forcing these men into a lifestyle of celibacy and certain terms that Jordan Peterson would use and others would use, and I'm not entirely 100% sure if you're allowed to say on YouTube anymore, so I'm not going to say them. But one of them is red, and one of them is a 5-letter word. It's an acronym for choosing to be or not choosing celibacy, or choosing to be celibate, but involuntarily choosing. But either way, They said that these men ultimately fall into a category that produces a bias towards conspiracy theory and distaste for females and women. And they're one and the same, by the way, folks. Females and women. Okay. And dating in general and apps. So much like YouTube, we're going to see these men quitting, unfortunately. Quitting. Yeah. Quitting women, quitting dating, quitting, the continuation of our species, quitting what's required to continue to grow the population, which ultimately is their primary goal here of reducing the population and depopulation. Don't call me a conspiracy theorist. I'm just a realist. I'm just paying attention. I'm just awake. I'm listening and watching and paying attention to what's happening and what's going on. And I'm not blind. I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. So men are going to quit. Some are going to quit. Some are going to theoretically retire, scale back, pull back. Granted, now may be the most opportune time to do that because dating in this current financial and stressful economic situation could prove to be fatal unless you're very careful. This could be very, very bad, and not all possible suitors are going to be they're not going to have your best interest in mind when it comes to your personal finances. We'll just put it that way. Additionally, maybe they will change their editing style. This is a metaphor. And they'll go about things differently. But then again, this comes back to what I was talking about earlier today on a different video about the trends, about the lies, about the truths, about what's happening, what's changing. Life is changing in an unbelievable way, especially when you see video titles and thumbnails from folks like MKBHD, Marquez Brownlee, that would insinuate that he's quitting. And that, folks, is shocking. Unbelievably real. Really shocking. But what he has to say is very important. And I encourage you guys to go check it out if you haven't seen it already.